Hey there guys, it's me Zoe, and today I want to talk about getting your very first tattoo. I wanted my first tattoo since I was 18. I'm now 22, so that's been about 4 years, and I didn't get it until just a couple months ago. So that said, one of my biggest tips in getting your very first tattoo is there is absolutely no pressure or no need to rush in the whole process of getting your first tattoo. Definitely take as much time you need in order to prepare yourself for getting your very first tattoo. So in the past 4 years that I have just been waiting and deciding on my first tattoo, I made sure I did loads of research. So that is my next tip for you all, is to do as much research as possible. Way back, I had no idea that there were so many different styles of tattoos. While you're doing your research, definitely look into all sorts of different styles. Maybe there's a certain style out there that's perfect for something that you're looking for in your first tattoo, or maybe you're totally fine with whatever style as long as you're just getting the idea out and onto your skin. As far as styles go for tattoos, there are so many. It blows my mind, but I love it. One style in particular that I personally just really grabbed onto was traditional. I just personally love how thick the outlines are in traditional, how bold the colors are, and just how simple all of traditional styles are. So traditional is definitely a style of tattoo I will probably be going for the most in my future tattoos. For my first tattoo, I got a traditional rose in very traditional, simple colors. My tattooer actually said that the red used in the rose is called lipstick red, which I love. I just love this rose so much. It's so simple, it suits me so well. I just love everything about it, and I'm so glad I decided on a style that suited me the most. As far as other things to look into, I definitely also recommend looking into all sorts of different studios where you can get your style of tattoo, because with styles, tattoo artists also can specialize in a very specific style. So if you are looking for going a very specific route in your tattoo, definitely look for studios and tattoo artists that specialize in a style or technique that you're looking for your tattoo. So with traditional style tattoos, I actually found the most perfect studio to get this done at, and it is Elm Street Tattoo in Dallas, Texas. I am obsessed with the show Ink Master. It's just a reality TV show where all sorts of tattoo artists from all across the globe come together and compete to see who has the best techniques, best tattoos, and ultimately who is the Ink Master. And one of the judges from Ink Master, his name is Oliver Peck. He owns the studio that I went to go and get my tattoo at. And Oliver Peck is a huge and very well-known traditional style tattoo artist. So when I discovered about his studio, I just absolutely knew this is where I had to go. Not only was the studio definitely going to specialize in traditional style tattoos, it was owned by a judge from one of my favorite TV shows, and it is in my home state of Texas, so I knew I was going to be in the area in order to get my tattoo. I'm so glad this is where I got my first tattoo, and I'm so happy that I did all the research beforehand on the studio before I went in, so that way I was super comfortable. Another thing to look into while you're researching is placement of your tattoo. So everyone experiences pain in a different way, and tattoos aren't known for being the most comfortable things in the world. I highly recommend keeping that in mind when you're thinking about where you want your tattoo. If you are very sensitive to pain, putting a tattoo on your ribs is probably not the best idea. It's typically known that tattooing on your ribs, or pretty much anywhere that's very close to the bone, is going to hurt twice as much than a place that has a lot more flesh and skin to work with. When I was choosing my placement, I definitely thought about that. I definitely did not want to go for somewhere too adventurous for my first tattoo, considering I didn't really know exactly how much pain I was going to be able to handle. So I chose the side of my right hip, and I'm so glad that I did. Alright, so now that you've researched your placement, what style of tattoo you'd like, the studios and artists you're interested in doing that are going to do a great job with the style and sort of tattoo that you want, now it's time to think about studio etiquette. And basically what I mean by this is just how you approach interacting with your tattoo artists and everyone at the studio, and how you approach physically getting your tattoo the day that comes. So when you go about thinking of when you'd like to get your tattoo, definitely keep in mind the times that the studio is open and when your artist would be available. Keep in contact with the studio and your artist to see the absolute best possible times for them. Elm Street Studio, where I got my tattoo, was actually super big on accepting walk-in tattoos, so that's exactly what I did. I was driving back home through Dallas. I went in a couple hours before they closed, so that way there was plenty of time for me to get my tattoo, and I went in and got it as a walk-in. But some studios do ask that you make an appointment, so definitely keep that in mind. Make sure you're communicating exactly what you want with the studio and with your artist. Be very specific, give as many ideas and as much information as possible, because that just gives the artist a lot more to work with, and it gives them a very clear idea of what you want. If you decide that you really just want to go up in the air and just have the artist design a tattoo for you, then really stand true to that and really know that they're taking time out of their day in order to make an amazing tattoo for you. So just go out of your way to appreciate that and really give them as much feedback as possible, because they're giving you the best gift ever, and that is their time. So when you go in to get your tattoo, a couple of things to keep in mind the night before. Do not drink any alcohol or obviously use any illegal drugs, because all of that is going to go into your bloodstream and could make tattooing very dangerous and very difficult. Stay super hydrated and also eat really good healthy portions of meals and high carb foods, so that way your body is completely fully ready to take on getting this tattoo. Getting a tattoo, yes, it may be fun and exciting, but it takes a huge toll on your body and causes a lot of stress to your body. Completely understand and prepare yourself that this is not going to be the most comfortable thing in the world. This may hurt a lot. When your tattoo artist is going through the motions and getting you ready for your tattoo, be as calm and collected as possible, and just keep that in mind. Do not scare yourself. Do not worry yourself in the slightest bit, because eventually it will be over and this pain will not last forever. And just stay confident, positive, and strong throughout the whole process. It'll make it a lot easier and a lot less stressful on both you and the tattoo artist. The more fidgety and the more uncomfortable and stressed out you are, the much more difficult it will be for the artist to create the tattoo on your skin as perfectly and cleanly and effectively as possible. So just stay as calm as you can. When the tattoo artist is finished with your tattoo, they're going to tell you a lot of important things on how to take care of it. So it's best that you keep especially in mind as they're talking you through that, because they're obviously going to know all the best things for you and for your tattoo and how to take care of it and how it will heal the absolute best. After they finish your tattoo, they're probably going to put a healing ointment on your tattoo and they're going to bandage it up. Essentially what a tattoo is going to be doing to you is putting tons and hundreds of tiny puncture wounds into your skin. So that's essentially just opening up your skin and making it a lot more vulnerable than it normally is. And once you take the bandage off and it's through its first day, you're going to have to keep up with a pretty strict cleaning and moisturizing regimen. So what do you need to clean your tattoo, you might ask? You are going to need two things in specific. That is a perfume and dye-free soap that is going to be great for sensitive skin, and a healing moisturizer that has no perfume, no dyes, nothing crazy in it. I'm gonna go through what I use in order to heal my tattoo. So for the soap, I use the Cetaphil bar soap. It's a very gentle cleansing soap. It doesn't have anything crazy in it. Absolutely perfect for brand new fresh tattoos. But basically what I would do in order to clean my tattoo is I would wash my hands and then I would wet my tattoo, get the soap bar a little damp, get some bubbles going in between my hands, and then just very gently in slow circles go over my tattoo with the soap. With lukewarm water, I would rinse off my tattoo, and then after I would apply some moisturizer. And what I use for my moisturizer is the Aquaphor healing ointment. It's perfect. It's just this clear jelly moisturizer that has, again, no perfumes or anything crazy in it. And I would just put a very thin layer on my tattoo. Something that my tattoo artist especially stressed was that you do not use too much moisturizer on your tattoo. So when I applied the moisturizer, I would make sure I was applying just enough to where it was not looking wet at all. And the last things you just want to keep in mind with taking care of your fresh tattoo are keeping it out of the sun and keeping it away from huge bodies of water. You don't want to dunk your tattoo into pools or bathtubs or the ocean or anything. Alright guys, so those are all of my tips on getting your first tattoo. I hope that you're really excited about this. It's an awesome experience, and I hope that this all helps you in your journey to getting your very first tattoo. If you are getting your first tattoo, or if you've already gotten it, please let me know below. I'd love to see pictures and what you've gotten. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll hopefully see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.